Presented from the Aishin Broadcast Studio at Babcock's Media.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Counterculture video series presented by Counterman Magazine. My name is Jeff White. I am the managing editor at Counterman. Well, warmer weather is on the way and counter pros are probably going to be fielding more than a few questions about air conditioning products, and those include refrigerants. To discuss this, I'm pleased to be joined by Chuck Abbott, who is the Global Marketing Manager with Orbia Fluor and Energy Materials. Chuck, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate being here. Thank you.
All right, let's get right to it. First of all, let's start with some of the key differences between traditional refrigerants and the next generations that we're going to see, R44A and R456A.
Okay, let's take those. Take them one at a time because there are differences in why these refrigerants are coming out. So first of all, R134A and R1234YF are the primary refrigerants that we see in the auto industry today. R134A is being phased down, so it is going away, but kind of slowly. Between now and 2035 is the phase down period. We're already now at 60% of the baseline, which I think was back in 2018. So, but new cars coming off the line are using 1234YF. So that's the growing population, and then the shrinking population is 134A. So what we've done is we've looked at how do we play in this market in a way that is environmentally friendly and can improve the performance of AC systems out there existing vehicles. So we introduced, we actually introduced R456A, capital A, in Europe last year, and we'll be introducing it most likely sometime this year in the US. It is a replacement for R134A, so for the vehicle population that is shrinking. It's a commonly referred to as a blend, so it's a mixture of multiple refrigerants, including R134A. But the design is to be a lower GWP. It is half the GWP of R134A. So that's kind of the main benefit is really being more environmentally friendly. There is a point at which it will cost less than R134A, which is kind of what we're looking at now as far as our introduction timeline. It wouldn't really make sense to introduce a refrigerant that costs more to the consumer than the current refrigerant. So we're evaluating. So but we believe that's going to happen sometime this year. Then on the other hand, we've got R444A, which is a replacement for R1234YF, which is the current refrigerant being used in production. So why replace the refrigerant being in production? Well, 444A has performance advantages, not just a low GWP. It's a low GWP refrigerant, just like YF, but we have performance additives. We can enhance the system's what's called COP, coefficient of performance, and we cool the vehicle down faster than 1234YF. It also uses less energy, so the engine in operating the AC system doesn't have to work as hard, therefore uses less energy running 444A than 1234YF. So that is why we are introducing these new refrigerants.
A lot of numbers and letters to remember there, but beyond that, what should counter professionals know about the differences between these products when a technician comes in and the counter professional has to help select the right product?
Yeah, so great question. So for now, if their customer is coming in asking about what they should do with their R134A vehicle, the answer is R134A at this point and probably through 2025. So know that and provide that very good recommendation. um, they will begin to see 444A in the market this year. So if the customer comes in looking for YF, they could, if once they have it on their shelves, they can suggest 444A as a lower cost, higher performing refrigerant. And the recommendation is that it's used by professionals. So if the counter person is talking to a professional installer, they will suggest that they uninstall the YF or remove the YF from the vehicle and install the 444A because that gives it that performance advantage and gives it what the customer is really wanting to buy.
Now, Chuck, from your perspective, how is the automotive aftermarket, parts suppliers, service shops, how is the aftermarket adapting to the transition towards these new refrigerants?
So we are in that process right now. We are adopting. We are working with the industry, both at the OEM level through Society of Automotive Engineers and with groups like AMRA, Automotive Maintenance and Repair Association, and with our distributors to introduce the product to their customers and then work down. But I will give you, we have, like I said, we introduced 456 in Europe last year, and it's already been installed in 1 million vehicles. So the adoption was fast and strong. But I will say, in Europe, that metric where 134A went up in price and 1234 or 456 was less, and that really drove that adoption. So we think the same thing will happen here.
In order for it to happen here, what are there particular areas that counter professionals can add value in supporting that transition towards these new refrigerants?
Yeah, so catch up on the latest news, keep informed. Mobile Air Conditioning Society, or as it used to be called, it's called MAX, and I forget the new acronym, but magazines and so trade associations like MAX are great sources of information, but be informed. Know what you're talking about. And if you don't, get informed, and because that's really where your value comes from as a counter person recommending any kind of service, chemical or service part. Know what you're talking about.
Information is key, and Chuck, you certainly provided a lot of good information for us. Thanks for joining us.
You are welcome, sir.
And thank you for watching the latest episode of Counterculture. For more Counterman videos, just go to the Counterman YouTube page. We will see you next time.